Hold on, wait, let me hear. Okay, go.
I'm not gonna go. Okay. First of all, we wanted to we're kind of having this call to officially welcome our new members. Yay! We are so excited to have you guys with us. We know Missy and Haley, I'm not sure where they are, but girls, we're so excited. Rebecca or Becky, she goes by, and Jackie and Gabby, we are just over the moon to have you guys on board with us. So we wanted to take a minute and just introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit about what each one of us do on the council. I don't think Megan or Michelle knew we were doing that, but that's what we're going to do real quick. I'm Kelly. You guys have seen me everywhere. I kind of do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. I run our Eventbrite. I do a lot of day of coordinating, a lot of you do this, you do that, MC, just kind of a lot of the things. Abby made it. Hi, Abs.
Hi.
Did you get power yet?
I just got power. I don't have internet, but at least my cell phone internet's working.
Cell phone's working. Go upstairs.
Why don't you know?
Anyways.
He would snuggle with you.
Sure, I'll snuggle with him when I'm done. Go upstairs. Mom life, right? But anyways, that's me. I have been a coach for over 6 years. I'm a lifetime 3-star. I don't care about rank. That's not what I do anymore. But that's me. I've been on council since February of 2015. I think Megan and I might have come on at the same time, and I think the only one on longer than us is Cam. So we're, I guess, the senior members. I hate that word, senior, whatever. Anyways, but all right, who's up next?
I'll go. So my name is Christy. I have been a coach for almost 3 years. I've been on the market council since March of 2017. And I pretty much take care of anything design, crafty, artistic, anything like that. So like the graphics for the Eventbrite, the graphics for the social media. If we have cups, which if we ever sell cups again, all of you are coming to my house because I'm never doing those alone again. It took me, I'm not kidding, 24 hours, but within 3 days, 24 hours of work to make those cups for our last event. And t-shirts and stuff like that. So I do a lot of that, as well as kind of, I think, Abby, would you say secretary, like managing, just making sure that everybody has the information that they need in our secret group, making sure that we are staying on a schedule as far as making sure we get everything planned on time. Like we're not super behind on this event, but it's kind of stressing me out that we're not live yet. So we're hoping to make the tickets live by tomorrow, if not like Tuesday. We're still, I think we're pretty confirmed with everything from corporate, but Jeff Hill's coming in. And so we were waiting on confirmation for his schedule and things like that. So that's why we're not live yet, because there was so much stuff in the air that we couldn't really sell tickets without knowing what we were promising as far as like the VIP ticket and stuff like that. But that's me.
I'll go next. I am very sick, if you can't tell by my voice. So hopefully you can kind of hear me. My name's Megan, and I have been on market council, I think the same year as Kelly I came on. Kelly, what year was that again? 2015. And I believe I came on in October, if I remember correctly. But when I first came on, I kind of bounced around and I did a lot of the social media posts and created the images for that. That was something I was really into. And ever since then, I've kind of bounced around and picked up wherever there was like, not the slack, but wherever I was needed. So whether it was decorations, I helped Jeff Mathewson and I masterminded last year's August event with Chris Downing, which was a huge event for us because that helped us create a lot of generate some money for our council, which was something we needed at the time. And but I'm a 6-star diamond coach. I live out in Canonsburg, and our team is a 3-time elite on the way to 4-time, and I'm really excited to have all you new guys here.
All right, who's next? Abby.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Cal?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I'm Abby. I haven't had power in like freaking 4 days, and I just got power like 20 minutes ago. So I'm on my phone, and let me know if you can't hear me ever. But I came on council, I think it was January or April of 2016, and I have taken over the role of money, and I created a nonprofit for us so we didn't have to pay taxes on crazy amounts of money that isn't really ours. But I really take care of the money, the booking of the hotels, communication with the hotels, things like that. But we're super excited to have you new eager friends on board to help kind of delegate and distribute some of these tasks to make it a little bit easier on all of us, and have you all kind of trained up so that whenever we're not here anymore, you can keep carrying the torch to have great events in Pittsburgh. So we're excited to have you guys here. And that's me. I guess I said nothing about Beachbody. I've been a coach for like 5.5 years. I was elite in 2016, and my team's like lifetime 5-star, but that's not even real anymore. So cool. I can't see somebody else to go next.
I can go.
Go ahead.
All right. Hi. Welcome, newbies. I am Michelle Harris, and I have been a coach for over 5.5 years now. 4-star diamond, and hopefully premier for the first time this year. Super exciting. But I kind of just help out wherever help is needed. I've done lots of different things, like Megan mentioned, with decorating and help with registration. I usually have a good bit of my team that comes to the events to help out. So that's cool. So yeah, we're glad to have you here. I'm excited to get planning for this January event. All right, Cam, you're it.
What's up, guys? I have been on council since OG council with Melanie, Katie, Nikki Mitten. So I've been around, I guess, the longest, and I'm probably now kind of like taking away the least roles. I'm really grateful for everybody that steps up. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you know me, I am a master trainer in Pittsburgh, so I love the fitness side of it. I usually end up being the trainer's handler or doing the workout myself. That's kind of like my jam. So with that comes audio. So I have got us the connection with Steve Graham, who is our favorite audio person. And he is super expensive. As Abby knows, she runs the books and tells me all the time, but we all work well together with that. So I book the audio, and then I'm also friends with Gil Poor. So I book the photography and kind of just help the ladies figure out what's needed. And let me just tell you guys, these events don't run themselves. So thank you so much already in advance for your help. I don't know who's gone. I had some trouble with Zoom.
Sarah's up.
There's up. Yep.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're driving and it's really dark, so y'all can see my face some other time. But I have been a coach for 5 years, lifetime 2-star. I've been on council just for 1 year now, so relatively opposite of Cam. I'm newbie, newest newbies. I do just help out a lot where help is needed, whatever pre-planning stuff, and most especially a lot of day of or hours before event goes live type thing. So welcome to all of you. We are super excited to have events going forward.
All right, I think that's everyone that's previously on council. So
Yeah,
Kelly.
we want to meet the newbies. Yay! So I'm going down my screen like this. Rebecca, you're at the tops, or Becky, you get to go. Oh my God, that child, you get to go first.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. I am Rebecca or Becky, whichever you want. But I have been a coach for 5.5 years. I am under Cam, lifetime diamond. Also an instructor, currently between gyms because I just finally after 6 years of not living in Pittsburgh. And I started my Beachbody business while I was living near Hershey in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. But I finally moved back, and I've always drove in to the Pittsburgh events. So I was happy to finally be able to step forward and help you guys. And I just bought a Cricut so I can help Christy make the cups. But I definitely creative. So anyway, I can help with that as well. She's the art teacher. I'm the family and consumer science teacher. So you can put our two heads together and we'll make some fun things. But I'm so excited to be back in this city and finally not like getting there as the event is starting, but able to help out and be around for the planning.
She also lives 5 minutes from me, so you're going to regret this.
Guess who else has a Cricut because of Christy, but I just live 2 hours away. So yeah, mine's purple. It's fun. Gabby, you're up.
Hey, so my name's Gabrielle, but everyone calls me Gabby. I like to talk, so my name fits me perfectly. I have been a coach since April 2017, so my 2-year anniversary is coming up. I am really close to Diamond. I'm not there yet. I have 12 coaches, but haven't hit that yet, so I'm excited and hoping that that happens for Christmas. But I also, before I had my little boy, I was a teacher, so I am crafty as well, so I can help with that. I have OCD, so I like to plan a lot, so I'll be really good with that. But I'm just really excited to help. I kind of helped out at our last event, and it was a ton of fun, and I just love everyone. I think everyone's so nice. I've been to every event since I became a coach, except for one because I was on vacation, or I would have been there for that one too. I always have a blast, so I'm excited to be a part of the planning now.
Yay! Jackie, you're up.
Okay, cool. Hi, guys. I'm Jackie Bender. I actually met Abby through our men. They went to high school together, and I met her at their high school reunion. I live in Somerset, and that's how I kind of got the connection, learned a little bit about Market Council. I've been a coach for a little over 3 years. My upline's Amy Silverman, and I'm a lifetime one-star team leader. I work a full-time job. I am a social worker for the military, so I do that on top of coaching. And I'm pretty much game to do whatever. I like planning stuff. I love these events. I'm only about an hour and 10 minutes from like the Omni in downtown Pittsburgh, so I'm really pumped to be on this. And it was fun speaking at Abby asked me to speak at one of the events. I forget which one it even was. I think it was right after Summit. And it was super fun. So I'm just excited to like be involved. And I met Jeff a couple times, but got to know him a little more in depth whenever I was in Utah earlier this year for our team leader retreat, and talked to him about wanting to be on the Market Council. So I was already like plugging his head that I wanted to do this. So I'm really excited to help out wherever I can.
Awesome. We guys, seriously, you have no idea how excited we are. We pushed really hard to get, they were like, oh, I think we're going to G3. And we said, no, we need more people, lots more people. And we know these people like to help and that they're really good at what they do. So Haley, you are up next.
Hey guys, I am, by the way, a little bit late. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad I saw the notification. But my name's Haley, and we just actually moved back to the area north of Pittsburgh about a month ago. But I was hooked with going to Super Saturdays. So Pittsburgh was my first time I ever went to Super Saturday, and then when we moved away, I missed you guys so much because just knowing Abby and meeting you guys whenever I was able to like help out in other places, was setting up Super Saturdays for her. I just always thought it would be really cool to be a part of something like this. So I'm honored to be here. It's going to be so much fun. And honestly, I'm down to do anything. I love crafts. I love meeting new people, so I'm a people person for sure, and I don't mind talking in front of people either. But I think, is there anything else I had to say?
No, all of Christy's wishes and dreams have been answered. All the craft people are here.
Yes.
She has done all of that on her own because I'm not crafty.
Yeah. So what we wanted you guys to kind of do was take some time and think about maybe, and we know we have a lot of crafty people. I forgot to tell you guys, I'm also a full-time teacher. So I am a music teacher. So a lot of our things either will happen sometimes. They're like, hey, Kelly, when's your lunch break? When can we do that? But since we have more people that are working full-time now, we probably we'll do our best to do calls like in the evenings. We don't have too many mandatory calls, but we do like it when people are on our calls because sometimes it ends up just being like the same 3 or 4 or 5 people the whole time. And we wanted a lot of new blood so that we could have new ideas. You know how you get tunnel vision sometime and you just keep doing what you've been doing because you've been doing it. And we wanted just new people and new ideas, and we really hope you guys can make the calls that we do. We will talk a lot in that secret group that we have. We hope you guys can be there. The expectation is that you guys are at the events and you're hands on deck for the events because it can't just fall on the same 2, 3, 4 people all the time. So we really hope, and I know you guys were there helping out. Gabby, I was like, hey, Gabby, how are you? I just met you. Let me give you all of our raffle ticket stuff. We need the help, and we're so glad you guys are here. The more of your team that you can get and bring with you to help, the better. Michelle, her team, she brings a bunch of her team, so we usually put them on registration, and they knock it out, and they do such a fantastic job up there. It's like seamless. She has this whole thing that goes on, and it's great. But we are just super stoked, and just be there and have fun, and don't be afraid to speak your mind. We try our best to be as kind as possible. I'm a big, kindness matters person as a teacher, and it's totally cool to disagree with people. Just respectfully disagree. Say, hey, that's cool, but I think it would be better like this. And don't be afraid as a new member to say, yeah, I think, what if we did it like this? Because I know when I first came on council, it was Cam, Katie, Melanie, Nikki, and I was like, hi guys, how you doing? And even though I've known Melanie since she was like a diamond coach, like I've known her forever and I've known Cam forever, but at the same time, it can be very intimidating. So don't be afraid to speak your mind and give us new ideas. That's kind of what you're here for, because you are seen as leaders, you are seen as having great ideas, and we're just so very excited. So what we want to do is get all of this fixed and ready to go to launch this. So Christy has it in her mind. She knows how everything is working. So I'm going to hand it over to her and let her talk to you guys about what we're doing with this next Super Saturday.
Also, I think you started to say and then got sidetracked.
Me? Sidetracked? No.
Squirrel. That we want you guys to, over the next couple of days, like, jot down what you're good at. Like, we all know you're craft, like most of you are crafty and I am in heaven, but like there is going to be someone, okay, who is comfortable working with finances, because we're going to pair someone up with Abby, and who's comfortable working, dealing with audio people and calling people and just making that relationship with Graham, because then you'll get paired up with Cam. So like jot down what you're good at. If you're a crazy OCD spreadsheet person like me, like I'm completely type A, and because we're going to try to pair you up with those of us that have been on council so you can kind of learn what we do. So like Abby said, when that day is that we're not here, you know what you're doing. But this upcoming event, we have Jeff Hill coming in from corporate because Mel is going to be top 10. She's sitting at 2 right now. Anything can happen, but no matter what, we're going to be celebrating her, and Jeff's going to be coming in to recognize her. So she's hosting her team, like, party, dinner, whatever, Friday night. So Saturday morning, we haven't confirmed yet, but we are hoping to do some type of leadership training with Jeff and Melanie for our VIP ticket holders. And Jeff Matthewson is talking to Jeff Hill. This is Jeff Hill, by the way. There's so many Jeffs. There's like 6. Jeff Hill is coming in from corporate, not Mathewson. Is talking to him to see if he'd be okay with a leadership training, but we're going to have that run first. And we, I think, are just going to do like coffee and stuff because the breakfast is just outrageous, delicious, but outrageous to provide that for that group of people. And then we're just going to go into the Super Saturday events as far as the video recognition, a workout. To my knowledge, we don't have a trainer coming, so Cam will be doing the workout if you're not going to New York. I haven't heard anything. And that's it. We're hoping to be done by like 12 or 1. That's usually when we're always done by. We don't have anything planned for like raffles, gifts, anything like that. The theme is also up in the air because we're really hoping to snag some Fruit Punch Energize. And Jeff Mathewson is pushing for the market count, like the larger market councils to get some. But we kind of wanted to base our theme around that and kind of around Transform 20, not to the point where people are going to think that Sean's coming, because he's not, but something along the lines of his phrases that he's been saying, because the Transform 20 group will start that Monday after our event. So we're also going to try to get our hands on a step to raffle off. Jeff Mathewson said that's probably likely not going to happen, but we can try. Besides that, I don't think there's anything else. Did I miss anything? We just want to launch. Like, I don't have any graphics made yet because we just didn't have we didn't have a plan. We didn't have who was coming, what time. We didn't know if Jeff was coming in the morning or in the afternoon. And Melanie has a family wedding that day as well, so she has to leave no later than like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So anything that we involve her in has to be done in the morning as well. I will be making jackets for us. Like, I don't think I'm going to put the year on them this year, so they'll just be market council jackets and more, like Cam said, a more classic. So they're not relevant to just that year. So that's why I need everyone's zip-ups. We haven't decided which zip-ups we're getting yet, but those will be done and be ready for the event. So you'll get those at the event. And I don't know. Do we want to mention the other jackets that we're contemplating? No? Surprise? Okay. Surprise. Do I have anything else? Did I miss anything?
Leave it a surprise. I think leave it a surprise. One thing I was going to add real quick, guys, is in case you people who are newer, you might have an idea if you paid attention at the way we subtly try to say things so that everybody gets the hint that these events are massively expensive. And while like Beachbody is great at sending us people sometimes and it's awesome, we're like self-funded through our events. So Beachbody doesn't like send us money to host these events or book it for us. We book it ourselves through the profits from like the previous events and things like that. So in case you don't understand what something like this costs to put on, the ballrooms will cost us anywhere from like $2,500 to nearly $10,000 to book, depending on the size of the ballroom that's being booked. And then we pay about $3,500 to almost $5,000 if it's a 2-day event for audio alone. And then, we have all the other things, like we pay Gil for photography. We, have the decorations. We have any of the other things that we're doing at the event. And they're like, these events cost anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 for us to host. So what's super important to know, like I forget who said it when I was walking around a minute ago in my house, but the biggest thing we can do as market council members is push these events to our teams, to the downline, to everything you can do to spread the word and help be an advocate for attending events. And that starts with you, number one, that like when you're coming on to commit to being on market council, you're committing to showing up for these events. These events are listed in the back office every date for the next year. Go in your calendars if you haven't already and like block out those weekends. Like most of us haven't planned vacations for a year from now yet. So like block those off and make it a priority to attend because there's only 4 events. So if we don't show up for like one event, we're not showing up for a quarter of our responsibilities as a market council member. So like, I hope that doesn't sound harsh because I promise I'm like a really nice person, but I want to make sure it's understood that part of the reason of signing up is to be present at the events, not just the planning stages, but be present, be helpful. Being present also means like look in advance. If you have children, like if you need childcare, get childcare early. Like the events aren't emergencies. We know exactly when they are. So please make them a priority. And beyond that, like it starts with you. It's just like everything in this business, right? Like if we don't hit Success Club, our team's not going to hit Success Club. If we don't, grow our organization, our team isn't going to grow their rank either. It's the same way with attending events. If you don't make it a priority to attend, your team's not going to attend. We even see it with people who do make events priorities that, Mel or Alyssa Shoemaker, all these people who have been big in Pittsburgh, if they're traveling to another event to speak or something like that, there's like not as much presence from their downline. It's just what happens. So like we have to be the party. We have to bring the party. We've got to be there. We got to bring our people. We have to recruit new people to come. And please know that that's a huge part of this, is that these events cost money. And if we don't sell tickets, we're in the red. And in the red has been scary sometimes for us on council. So please know that like we're so glad you're here. We're so glad you guys are energized and excited to be involved. But please like look in advance, commit to attending, commit to pushing these events with us. Cool. Anything else from anybody else that we missed saying?
In addition to attending the events, there's a lot of times where we go down early to set up. So those of you that have full-time jobs, it's obviously understandable that you probably won't be able to make it if it's like a Friday event. But the last event, it started at 6, or registration started at like 6:30. And I think Abby, Michelle, and I were there at 3, just because that's when the check-in was. And it was just super easy to get all the stuff because I had like my entire house of wedding decor at that event. That's one of those spaces. So if you're able to come early and help set up, whether it's with registration, with the stage, there's a lot of stuff to do the day of before any of the guests even get there. So that's another thing, is not only attending, but helping ahead of time to set up is great. I had something else, but I forgot. Oh, the next one is the weekend of April 13th. So we obviously don't have it planned yet, but it's that weekend. That's like the nationwide Super Saturday weekend. And I forget when the other ones are. I'm pretty sure it's in July and it's in November. The first weekend of November is the fall one. I don't remember the date, but I just looked at it earlier today. I think that's it. I'm done.
I have it right in front of me. Hang on.
So do we need to come up with a name for this then?
We need to come up with a name. We need to come up with kind of a timeline, but things are so, that's what's hard about council, is we are dependent on so many other people because we have people coming in and out, that getting a timeline right away isn't always, and Megan's right. Themes do better. Abby or Cam, what were we thinking about? I know I'm looking at the Eventbrite right now, and what we were thinking based on ticket prices is $30 for general admission, $45 for the VIP, and then we were going to run a Black Friday week discount code, and we were going to have it be Rise Up. That's what the code is now. I can change it to anything. Rise Up and energize your year. That kind of gets Shaun T energized in the new year all at once. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. I was at school that day.
Well, if you didn't want to make it totally like Christy said about not being Shaun T is going to be here or anything, I mentioned Prepare to Rise in 2019 because that kind of includes the rise, but it's also the new year in 2019, so that's an idea. And then the other one was Commit, Climb, and Conquer, like that.
What about Rise and Energize? It totally rhymes.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, Rise and Energize, and yeah.
I don't know.
But Megan just typed, she said, themes that people can interact with. Remember, Cam, we did one when we were down, where was it? I want to say Station Square, where we did beachy and we had hats and all kinds of props and stuff. I wasn't on council then, but I attended. When people can interact with things, that's always good. So Rise and Energize is great.
Actually, how the pens even do a whiteout or a blackout, or we could even do an Energize, you could do Team Yellow or Team Red. Something like that.
Yeah, that was what we were talking about. Remember that one we did where it was
Team Chocolate and Team
Orange and Team Chocolate?
No one knows what fruit punch tastes like yet.
They're going to.
Well, if we don't know what fruit punch tastes like yet, well, I mean, I do because I tasted it. But if most people aren't going to know what it tastes like, and so I feel like we can't really do a team
True.
one, but what if we just do like wearing neon yellow? I mean, that stuff's like freaking bright yellow.
Well, we're gonna do shirts, so I can get that rolling like tomorrow and
Okay, so
launch
that's
shirt
kind
sales
of-
the way that we sold shirts for Autumn's event. And then it could be like a white out or like an obnoxiously bright yellow out.
Well, Transform 20 kind of has that bright yellowish,
Mhm.
greenish, yellowish.
I
Isn't
like
it like that like what the power companies wear? Like if you cut
We
down
need
trees.
like Nike Volt color, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's bright too. It's definitely neon.
Yeah, Megan said the neon glow party didn't fly last time, and I agree. It definitely. I don't think we should do like a glow party, but
Why don't you do a blackout and do like a lightning bolt on it with like the energized, like that ridiculous color?
I like it.
Because it's kind of, I don't know, do you guys use a lightning bolt at all for any of your posts with
Yeah.
energized? They're like the gifts or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think black shirts, like if I'm buying a tank top and it's black, I'm definitely getting it because it's black. So I like the blackout theme.
black adds a lot.
Just throwing it out there.
I like it. Cam, were you
I
gonna
like
say
the
something?
blackout theme a lot. Gil will not like the blackout theme because he always tells me he hates when I wear all black because he can't see anybody. But that's just one thing. So we could do whiteout with the lightning bolt.
We could.
And whiteout's kind of like wintry too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that Super Saturday? Oh no!
don't ever make me wear a white dress again.
No.
Well, he had to wear dresses. So let's do like a whiteout with. I like the lightning bolt a lot. That's kind of like Jerica's. Like that's her symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, Market Council gets black shirts. Kay. I hate white. I hate.
Like, I hate white tank tops. They're so gross.
I do too.
These girls
I don't think white is very flattering tank top. And with like yellow, bright yellow, it's not even going to show up.
So do we just want to do a blackout and say like F you, Gil?
It could be like gray. Don't worry, I got it. I'll send examples and you can pick.
Well, we can't do gray because I think that I like the idea that we're all going to look the same in the crowd. I think we either do white or black, like whiteout or blackout. Maybe
Well, that's what I meant. But like even the shirt, it doesn't have to be white or black. There can be like a dark gray. So Gil might not complain as much with the yellow.
But it can't be a blackout if it's gray.
That's what I'm thinking, Chris. Come on.
A
Right.
gray out? That would be appropriate for Pittsburgh, but
I say just go black and do the lightning bolt because then even the lightning bolt color, like you're still Pittsburgh colors.
And like everybody has black and they like to wear black, so just like call it.
Right.
And maybe what if we give a prize for your most obnoxious like workout pants, like most obnoxious, crazy colored. That way people are not just wearing complete black. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people like when we give out prizes, and that's really not that big of a deal. Plus, Gil won't complain. It'll look better in pictures. It'll be a little bit of fun with a little bit of business.
Ugly in pictures.
What's that?
It looks so ugly in pictures if people are wearing like the world's worst leggings.
what about just like fun, energized leggings? Black on top, energized on the bottom.
I like it.
All right. So are we going with a blackout? Is that it?
I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Blackout and crazy leggings. Let's just call it.
Now, how do we say that though?
Wait, are you doing a prize for the leggings?
I don't know. We can. I just threw it out there. We don't have to.
I don't know.
That was me making more work for us. Duh. That would be fun, right?
What if the prize was just like a packet of the Energize and we could make like a special shaker cup with like a lightning bolt on it and they could just get the Energize in a cup? It's just something small that doesn't cost a lot. I have 1 million shaker cups here because I don't know why, but I bought a ton.
I have 1 million in my attic that have nothing on them yet.
I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, I agree, Megan. Maybe we all like really brainstorm so we don't have to stay on forever on names for what did we decide the event name or no? No, right?
Why
Rise
don't we just
and Energize?
like the crazy leggings and like get the like blackout but then like sell the black tanks to go with the crazy leggings. Does that make more sense?
That's what I was
Making it-
thinking.
Like just don't like skip the black out and go with just crazy legging somehow.
Like in the description, we can say like, wear your craziest leggings. And then also, here's the shirt we're selling.
And maybe something about 2019. Megan had a good thing. Why don't we think overnight? Somebody, not me, I'm not volunteering, can make a theme chat in our
I'll make a post and just say everything from our call. Yeah.
And just drop your ideas below with names of the event. Right.
Again, I like that. I think that would be cool to do for our November event, like being the last year before 2020, the last event before 2020. Maybe not the January one, but I like that idea.
Megan, yeah, that's great. Or are we going to think maybe Halloween for that one since it was so close to Halloween?
I don't know. Yeah, that's too far away.
Yeah.
I'll make a post in our secret group, and any brainstorming, it'll be the comments of that post, so there's not a million of them. So we need Facebook name.
Yeah.
Name. And I will start designing the shirt probably as soon as I get off of here because I'm crazy like that.
What about a timeline? How long do we want those conversations and coffee or leadership training with Jeff Hill and Melanie to be? Like an hour?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jeff Mathewson said that Jeff Hill will be in Friday night, like late Friday night. So he should be
Because
okay.
I think he's planning a thing with, workout can be first again. He's planning something with Melanie's team.
Yeah, Friday night.
Cam, wait a minute. It does help with the energy, but we have to look at the timeline because if Mel has to leave. So yes, let's plan on workout first and then go from there. I think he's coming.
You want the workout before the training or training, workout, Super Saturday activities?
Training, workout, Super Saturday.
Okay. Because the training would be for VIP only. So if we do the workout, if we do the training after the workout, there would be general admission people just chilling for an hour.
And that's where we come in. Unfortunately, we don't get all the training. We have to go do that too. I don't know.
I think we're good.
Oh. All right. We'll discuss the rest of this in the chat, Cam.
Yeah. Training after Super Saturday.
One question. So I was currently working with the hotel on if there was an option to get our room rental fee waived if we do breakfast because it's so wicked expensive. Are we interested in that, or do we just want coffee if we do the leadership thing?
What are the numbers?
No, she's emailing me, but are we interested in it? If it's like, my thought was, if it's going to be $3,000 for us to have breakfast for all those people who say there's 100 people who do the VIP leadership thing and it's $30 a pop and it's $3,000 for that, or I'm paying $2,500 for the room rental fee, it's like only $500. You know what I mean?
Well, we can pass that on in the ticket price because if we say they're getting breakfast and a training, that's a big drop.
So I'll play with numbers and see, because if we just do coffee is ridiculously expensive too. They charge you so much for stupid coffee. So I feel like if we can offer people breakfast, if they're willing to waive the room rental, it might be worth it. But we'll see. We're not booking it for Melanie though, right?
No.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Are we good?
Do we want Christy at all to do energize like for people to drink, even if we don't get like tasting the fruit punch versus lemon? Do we want to just do we want energize since we're going to do the lightning bolt and all that to be part of it?
I think it would be neat. And remember that picture that I sent to you at that event that Raina was at where they bought those tiny bottles from like Sam's Club?
Yeah.
And each person got a bottle of like a serving of Energize.
I thought that was really cute.
Instead of a shot, because we've done the shot so many times. Those cases of water are so cheap at Sam's Club. I buy them for our parties. And if we buy tubs of Energize, I think people would really enjoy that. Maybe as an add-on for the tickets, like you can buy a bottle of Energize.
Or we could just include it for VIPs.
Or that.
Like their Energize bottle.
I think that it would go over well, and it would be something that we don't have to we could make it like while we're setting up. It's not something that has to be made on the spot, how it's always been.
Yeah.
And maybe like a bucket of ice and just set them like you're buying a beer at a bar.
Right. I think that could be cute. I like it.
I'm just throwing this out there. I just typed a timeline. If Cam wants to do the workout early, we could do like a 7:30 a.m. workout, give her half an hour, and then a half an hour for them to set chairs up. Do an 8:30 to 10 Super Saturday event, and then a 10 to 11:30 with the brunch and the VIP training.
I like that because then, I mean, like me, I can't eat before I work out. I will vomit everywhere. So I'm sure there's other people that are like that too. Because if we went straight from the breakfast to the workout, I don't know that many people would. I like that.
Because that still gets Mel out at an acceptable time.
Right.
And even gives us like a half an hour to like wiggle.
Right. I like
Cam,
it.
are you cool with a 7:30 workout?
She's like, nope.
I'll do 6 a.m. I just, in my mind, maybe it's my insecurities. I think if it's a 7:30 workout without a super trainer, there won't be anybody there. But that's okay. I don't know.
We can do 8 a.m. There's wiggle room. I was just trying.
I mean, that was like my initial gut reaction that people will just come down for Super Saturday, maybe. I don't know.
Why were we going to start it earlier? I missed that, apparently.
Just to get out earlier for Mel.
Oh.
Because if they want to do the training at the end, we have to have Mel out by a certain time.
Wait, you mean what? The leadership training with Mel and?
Yes.
Oh, you mean not do breakfast?
No, still do breakfast, but the breakfast and brunch would start around like 10:30. So it's almost a brunch instead of
after Super Saturday.
After the Super Saturday events.
So general admission people would peace out at 10 o'clock and VIPs would stay.
I think with Mel's schedule, that's just not going to be able to happen. When we're not having like an overnight event, I feel like people do not want to come to the hotel. Like, especially think about people like us who, if I wasn't, like, I'm going to be spending the night because I'm not driving at frickin' 4.
Same.
But, people who are driving, a lot of people drive over an hour to come to Pittsburgh Super Saturday. I don't think they're going to want to leave their house at 5 to get there to work out.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can, if it's all based around the leadership stuff, I can go last too. It doesn't matter. We'll figure that part out.
All right, we'll chat more about it in the chat. For the Eventbrite, I guess we'll wait and see what we can do tomorrow. Tomorrow is my day at school where I have a little bit more time than normal, so I'll be able to check and go in and get some stuff done. But anyways, girls, thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it. We are so thankful you're here. Returning members, old members, you know how we all love each other. So glad everybody's here. Thank you for being on and spending time with us. And great ideas. Don't hold back. Tell us what you need, what you think. And check the group. Christy will make some posts. That's what it's called. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
See ya.